Hello and welcome to practice. Making sure that you've got your space set up, a couple of yoga blocks if you have them available, and anything else that you might like. When you're ready, you can start to move towards a comfortable seated position on your mat. Bringing your hands to rest on your thighs, palms facing up or down. Dropping the shoulders and broadening across your chest. Gently closing the eyes or finding a halfway gaze. And we'll start with a few mindful breaths. Slowly inhale through the nose. And release through the mouth. Breathing in. Through the nose, exhale. Just following the movement of your natural breath for the next couple of rounds as we gently settle in. Softening the brow even more so and releasing your jaw. And start to place the tongue up on the roof of the mouth, and you can swallow here to suction your tongue into place, relaxing through the lower jaw. With the eyes closed or at halfway closed, directing your eye gaze towards the tip of your nose. And remembering that we don't want to create tension here, so if you feel cross-eyed or if it feels very tense in the eye area, just imagine your nose was a lot longer than what it actually is. You're gazing more so with your awareness than with your eyes. Okay? Gentle constriction now into the back of the throat. Welcome in our Ujjayi breath. Victorious breath, smooth, textured, warm, audible breaths, quiet, controlled. Starting to develop a cadence that feels very natural, very easeful, but there's still effort there as we really attune our focus and our attention toward our practice in body, mind, and in breath. The invitation is always to try and remain with your Ujjayi breath throughout our movement portion, knowing that it will fall away and we just simply bring it back. You can bring one hand now to the belly and one hand onto the chest. And if there is anything that you would like to add in here personally, a little seed of intention perhaps, a few kind words, something that you'd like to dedicate your practice to, or something that you might like to honor. Breath in. Breath out. You can blink open your eyes when you're ready. Inhale to sweep your hands wide and high towards the ceiling. And just spin your left palm to the sky as you grab a hold of the wrist with your right hand. Inhale to reach tall, and exhale to take a lean towards your right hand side. Elongating from your left hip all the way toward your pinky finger. And it might feel more comfortable for you to lean that left shoulder forward, looking down towards the ground on the right hand side, bringing your chin in toward your right armpit. Focus more on lifting and arcing the left side body than trying to drop really low there on the right hand side. Breath in and out. Exhale. No breath. Come back to center. Inhale, reach the hands tall, and exhale, twist towards your right. Take the left hand forward and the right hand back. Okay, there'll be a couple of lefts and rights here. It doesn't matter if you're cross-legged or kneeling, but bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Take the right hand up towards the sky. Find a breath in here. And as you exhale, lean forward and across to your left. So the right hand's reaching on a diagonal towards the top left-hand corner of your mat. You can tuck the chin and look down toward your left knee, and then arc and press out through your right side body. Breath in and out. Gently cross the right arm over the left and look for the outer blade of your left thigh. And then lean back. You can roll the shoulders forward as stretching underneath your shoulder blades, if comfortable, chin to chest. Breath in. Exhale. Soften the elbows and release your hands. Inhale, hands reach towards the sky. Spinning your right palm to the sky, use your left hand to hold the wrist. Inhale to reach up and exhale to lean to your left. So focus again on lifting up through right side body this time, stretching from right fingertips to the hip. And you might look down towards the left side of the body in the mat and tuck the chin toward the armpit. If it's more comfortable, roll the right shoulder forward a little bit. Breathe in and out. No breath, come back to center and then inhale at the top and twist to your left, exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Okay, so right hand to the outer left thigh, left hand towards the ceiling. Breath in, lean forward and across to the top right hand corner of your mat, exhale. Left fingertips are reaching forward on a diagonal. Spreading the left ribs apart, arcing, breath in, and stay, exhale. Cross the left arm over the top of the right, grab the outer blade of your right thigh, and then lean back a little bit, stretch out through the shoulder blades. You can draw the shoulders forward, chin to chest. Breath in, breath out. And slowly bend the elbows so that you can release through your arms. You might want to give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. You can take the elbows wide and use the elbows to guide the movement. So elbows forward, up, out, back and down. Change direction. And then relax your arms. Take your right arm out in front of you and turn your fingers up towards the ceiling. Use your left hand just to press back on the knuckle line and stretch through the underside of the right wrist and the hand. Little push of your right heel of palm forward. Just mindful, no force here. One more breath. Good. And release, take it over to the other hand. Gently pull back on the knuckle line as you push heel of palm forward. No force. Breath in. And out. Okay, release. Come back to the right hand. This time, point the fingers down and we'll press on the back of the hand. Okay, very soft to begin. Palm is drawing a little bit closer to the underside of the wrist. Press forward through the front of the wrist. Okay, relax the shoulder. If you've got space, you can spin the crease or the eye of your elbow up towards the ceiling, pointy part of the elbow down towards the ground. Breath in and out. Good. And release the other hand. Fingers down, pressing gently on the back of the hand and pressing the front of the wrist crease forward. Palm comes a little closer to the underside of the wrist. And the eye of the elbow can spin towards the sky if that's available, but relax through the shoulders here. One more breath. And release. A bit of an active warm-up now for your wrists and your hands. I'm going to take your hands in front of you, squeeze your fists, and then flick water off your hands. So it's quite a powerful movement. Squeeze your fists in, flick the water off. Okay, and once you've got the hang of that, you can go fast and take the hands up towards the sky as well. So going to be quite a bit of heat quite quickly. It's a very humbling exercise, this one. Can we go for another 10? Go faster if you can. Maybe soften the gaze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give it a little shake out and relax. Let's make our way forward to all fours. Land your palms on the mat, spread your fingers nice and wide. Inhale to sink the belly, arch the spine, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, curl and round, doming through the back, dropping crown of head to earth. Inhale, sink the belly, arch the spine. And exhale to curl in and round. Come back to a neutral spine. Walk your knees further back, but bring your knees to touch. And then use that extra space to take big circles with your hips. So you can go all the way out to the left, all the way forwards, all the way out to the right, all the way back. And then after the next round or so, you can change your direction as fast or as slow as you like, but still moving with your breath. Making sure that you feel balanced left to right. Any other movements, okay, that feel intuitive here, you can take them. So barrel rolls through the chest. Okay, and when you're ready, please make your way back into a neutral spine. All fours, knees are underneath hips. And hands are underneath shoulders. Extend your left leg back behind you, but land the ball of the foot on the mat. So you're pressing your heel away and stretching through the lower part of your leg and your calf. If you want more, you can lift your right knee up, push back in like a little half down dog, and try and press your left heel a little bit closer to the earth. Take just one more breath in. And out. Pop the right knee down if it's lifted. Supported side planks. Kickstand your right foot out to the right and land the inner blade of your left foot to the mat. Then float the left hand up towards the sky. Make an adjustment if you need. You're welcome to stay here or reach the left arm long overhead with the palm down. Little lift up through your left side body. Find a breath in. Hold, exhale. Take your left hand back up towards the sky. Inhale all the way to gate pose. Stacking head, shoulders over the hips. Arms are out at a T shape. Lean toward your left leg, stretch long, and then land the left palm to the outer leg as you reach your right arm up and overhead. You can look up with a tucked chin, or you could look down towards your left foot and lifting, arcing through your right side waist. Now you can stay here and just explore this. Otherwise, your right hand can come down towards your left foot as well. Stick your bum back and kind of pull on your right leg to spread your right ribs, your left leg, to spread your right ribs a little bit more. Okay, it's just intuitive play. You can feel out if there's something that's available there for you. And from wherever you are, take your final breath in. As you exhale, walk or windmill your hands back to the top of the mat. Bring your left knee back in. We'll meet in all fours. Inhale to float your left hand towards the ceiling. And exhale to thread your needle. Slide your left hand in underneath your right. Land the outer arm, outer shoulder, and the side of your head to the earth. You can stay there. You can walk your right hand forwards. Or you could come into a half bind, wrapping the right arm behind the body in towards your left waist. About 2 to 3 breaths. Okay, right palm comes back to the mat just beside your face, so you can push the palm into the earth. Inhale, float the left hand up towards the ceiling, and then lower the left palm back down to the mat. Extend your right leg long back behind you now, land the ball of the foot to the mat, and start to work a stretch through your calf and Achilles and lower part of the leg. So staying here or lifting up your left knee for a little bit more in like a half downward facing dog as you're pressing your right heel towards the earth. Okay, one more breath in and out. Lower the left knee if it's lifted, supported side plank. Kickstand your left toes out to the left, rolling to the inner blade of your right foot. And float the right hand up towards the sky, and you can stay here or take the right arm along overhead. Either way, we want to find a lift up through the right outer hip and side body. Breath in, breath out. Inhale to rise all the way to gate pose. Stacking your head and your shoulders over your hips. Arms out at a T. Lean towards your right foot as you breathe in. And then right hand, outer right leg. Exhale, left arm overhead. Palm faces down. You're stretching out through your left side body here. You could look up or down. Okay, either way, little tuck of the chin, keeping back of the neck long. And you're welcome to stay or start to fold towards your right leg, bringing your left hand down in some way, maybe pulling on your right leg and stretching your left side body even more, or just having a little bit of intuitive play. And from wherever you are, you've got one more breath in. Either a walk or a cartwheel of your hands forward and down. We'll meet again in all fours. Bring the right knee in. Inhale, the right hand reaches for the sky. Exhale to thread your needle, slide the right arm in underneath your left. Land the shoulder, arm, and temple to the mat. You're welcome to stay, walk your left arm forward or take a half bind, wrapping the left arm behind the body. About 2 to 3 breaths. Your left palm can start to find its way back to the mat beside your face. Inhale to reach your right hand high to the sky, and exhale, right hand comes back down to the mat. Lower down onto your forearms, and you can interlace your hands and your fingers here, and then either walk your knees back, coming into a supported or a low forearm plank, or tucking your toes and lifting your knees, coming into a full forearm plank. Either way, okay, the tail is gently curling under, and this is just to promote length through the back of the body, and of course to promote more awareness through the core. You can look towards your thumbs perhaps, lifting the back of the head just a little bit, trying to relax your face. And we'll hold here for about 5 counts. Okay, steady, slow breaths. Body is strong. Upper back is broad. Okay, inhale. And lower your knees if they're lifted. Exhale. Sphinx pose. Untuck the toes. Lay the pelvis forward and down, and lift your head and your heart up to the sky. You can release your clasp of hands. Spread the fingers wide, and your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Push down into tops of feet. You can lift your kneecaps. And without moving your hands, gently pull back on the palms so you can stretch your belly, stretch your heart forward, lifting up the crown of the head. If you'd like more in terms of compression through your lower back, take your hands out wide and straighten the arms any amount for seal pose. Mindful of how this feels on the low back. Drop the shoulders. Okay, relax the face. Breath in. Smooth exhale. Last breath in. Elbows come down if they're lifted. Crocodile pose. Exhale, stack the hands, elbows wide, and your forehead comes down to meet your hands. With the awareness at your belly button, Ujjayi, breath in. Ujjayi, exhale. Slide the hands beside your low ribs. Take your knees wide, child's pose. Sink your hips to your heels, and rest your forehead down to the mat. You can bring your hands together into a prayer from here. Dig the elbows down into the mat and point your fingers either up to the sky or gently tuck your thumbs in behind your head and your neck. Depending on your body, you can bring your elbows a little bit closer together. Okay, so we're stretching out through the tricep, also down into the shoulder and the sides of the body. Some of you might want to creep your elbows further forward and let your chest melt down towards the ground. Your bum might lift up away from your heels a little bit. So exploring a variation of puppy pose if it's available. One more breath. Bring your hands back to the mat. Slowly rise up through all fours. Tuck your toes. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Have a little wiggle around, a pedal around. Okay, exploring the backs of your legs, your side body and your hips. Come back into a steady downward facing dog and take your feet about hip width distance apart. Lift your heels up, take a breath in. Knock your heels to the right, so add a blade of right foot, in a blade of left foot. You can come up onto your left fingertips, bend your knees and push your hips towards the back of the mat. Lift through your left rib cage, breath in, and hold, exhale. Lift both of your heels back up towards the ceiling, find a breath in, and take it to the other side, exhale. So drop your heels to the left, add a blade of left foot, in a blade of right foot. Bend the knees, push your hips back and down, and you can come up onto your right fingertips if you like, arcing through your right side body. Find a breath. And then swivel back to center, rising onto the balls of your feet. Wrap your triceps back towards your thighs. Drop your head, broadening your upper back. Containing the belly and focus on lengthening from fingertips all the way to your tailbone. Breath in. Breath out. Bend the knees, walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold at the back of the mat. You can grab opposite elbows, have a little sway, take just a moment to relax into a ragdoll. Give the head a nod a couple of times, yes, no, and maybe. Now stay folded, wrap the hands to the lower back, interlace your hands and your fingers, and squeeze your palms together as you lift your fists off your spine. Keep lifting your shoulders as you lift your fists so that you Kind of remove any compression of shoulders to ears. Let the head hang heavily once again. Belly can be resting on the thigh, so generous bend in the knees. Breath in. Exhale. Soften the elbows, slowly release your hands. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale to lift halfway. And exhale to fold forwards. Bring your left hand beneath your face, and you're welcome to use a block underneath your palm. Bend your left knee. Inhale, right hand reaches up to the sky for a little twist. Right leg remains nice and long. But no, of course, you can stagger your feet if that feels better for the body. Make those adjustments to suit you. Breath in. Right arm forward and down. Exhale, soften the knees. Right hand under face or on a block. Okay, right knee bends. Inhale, left hand up towards the sky. Pushing your left hip back. And making any adjustments you need. Find a breath in. Left arm reaches forward and down. Bend the knees. Exhale, softly fold. Okay, bend the knees quite a lot now as you roll to stand. Hands up, palms together. Inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. Tadasana, arms beside the body, palms facing forward. Deep breath in. And smooth exhale. Hands reaching up towards the sky. Your gaze can follow. Bend the knees as you fold forward through Uttanasana, your standing forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, refold and creep your hands forward toward a plank pose at the top of the mat. With or without your knees down, shift your shoulder heads forward. Breath in. Then a lower for a count of 5. Keep the elbows hugging in. 4, 3, stay with it. 2, and 1, land lightly. Nice, baby cobra. Squeeze the back. Inhale, lift heart and head. Option to lift your hands as well. And release. Exhale. Inhale, baby cobra. Bhujangasana. Squeeze the back. Lift heart, lift head. Option to hover hands. And release. This round cobra, so push into your palms to find just a little bit more height, working with where you're at, shoulders down, elbows in. And release. Press back through a child's pose, knees wide, bum to heels. Breath in. Smooth exhale. Inhale through all fours, tuck your toes. Exhale to downward facing dog, sitting bones to the sky. Take your feet about as wide as your mat. Okay, and you can shorten your stance quite a bit as well. Keep your blocks handy in case you want to use them underneath your hands. Look towards your left ankle, find a breath in, and then spread your right arm underneath you. Look for the outer blade of your left leg as you exhale. So down dog twist. That block might be useful underneath your left hand. You can bend your knees quite a bit here as well. If you've got the space, gently bend into your right elbow, twisting your heart towards the left. No force, no yanking. Work with breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release, right hand top of the mat. Look toward your right ankle, left arm or left hand thread underneath. Again, you might soften your knees. You might use a block for your right hand. Now, if it's available, left elbow bends as you gently turn and twist your chest towards the right. Breath in. Exhale. And release. Walk your feet forward to meet your hands, nice and slow. Hands slide to the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Heel and toe your feet out nice and wide. Turn your toes out. Come down for Malasana, your yogi squat. So you can have your heels lifted if that feels more supportive. Okay, or you could have your hands on blocks or on the mat. If it's available, hands into heart center. Okay, thumbs into the sternum. Want to push elbows and knees together with equal force. Squeeze the bum a little bit and then try and lift the back of your head as you press your shoulder blades back. So finding length from your tail all the way up to the back of your head and the crown of your head. Opening up the chest and the collarbones. Breath in. And out. Bring your hands down towards the mat and slowly lift up your bum as you turn your toes forwards. Okay, hands to shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Keep a bend in the knees. Exhale to refold. Feet now to hip width distance apart. Rise to stand. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And to Tadasana. Arms beside you. Palms facing forward. Soften your gaze. Breath in. Inhale, hands sweep up towards the sky, gaze can follow. Exhale, bend the knees and slowly come down. Hands slide to your shins, inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold and take your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your left knee down. Inhale, hands reach up towards the sky, Anjaneyasana, your low lunge. Spin your left palm to face the ceiling. Use your right hand to hold the wrist. Take a breath in as you lift up. Lean to your right as you exhale. Okay, you can look down towards the right long edge of your mat. And you can roll that top shoulder forward, just like we did before in our gate pose, okay, as we were warming up, to find a little bit more space through the side body. Breath in. Breath out. Grounding firmly into your right foot. You want to hold your next exhale and come up with no breath. Inhale at the top, hands towards the sky, and then twist to your right with an exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Just one breath in. Hands cartwheel to frame the right foot, exhale. Inhale to open up the chest. You might grab your blocks, exhale to a half split, half Hanuman, straighten the right legs and your hips back. Okay, blocks under hands can be supportive. You could keep a bend in the knee or flex your right toes or both. Bum back, heart and head forward, breath in. Bow the belly as you exhale. You are welcome to soften your head towards your shin. Just go slowly. Okay, watching for intensity of sensation here. Not too much, not too little. One more long, steady breath. Rebend your right knee with an inhale. And keep your narrow stance, but shuffle the right hand to the inside of your right foot. Kickstand your left foot towards the right. And then take your left hand up towards the ceiling. Okay, supported side angle pose. Now you can stay here or take the left arm long overhead with the palm down if you're looking for a little bit more stretch through the left side of the body there. Option to look down, of course, to the right big toe, just to release any tension from the neck. If you're looking up, tucking your chin in. Hold, pushing right knee and right upper arm together to revolve you a little bit more toward the left-hand side. Breath in. Breath out. Take your left hand back up towards the sky first. Want to kick your left toes back towards the midline of the mat as you bring your left hand back down. Take your right foot out nice and wide into a low lizard. You can turn your toes out about 45 degrees and have a little wiggle around. So circling your hips or rocking forwards and backs or both. And eventually we'll let the hips fall forwards and down. Long arms, as you breathe in, lift up through the back of your head and your heart. Simply hold. Okay, if you want a little bit more, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Just be mindful we're still warming the body. Holding for 5. Long breaths. For 3. Inhale. Exhale. Land your left knee down if it's lifted. Nice. And then slowly straighten the right leg and send your hips back to a wide variation of half Hanuman. You can sink your bum. You might turn your right toes slightly out and try and pull your chest through your shoulders. Hold breath in, belly over thigh, exhale. Rebend through your right knee and ground your palms into the mat. Lift up your left knee, step quietly back to plank pose. So big push through the hands, lift the right foot without a sound, step it to meet the left. Take your feet hip width distance apart. Knock your heels to the right. Float your left hand up towards the sky for Vashisthasana side plank. You can place your right knee down for the supported variation. Either way, we're going to firm up our top leg and start to lift and hover. Just around hip height, focusing on squeezing the right side body and lifting up through the left. Option left arm long overhead. Breath in. Plank pose, land lightly, exhale. With or without your knees on the mat. Inhale, shoulder heads forward. Exhale to lower down halfway or the belly, chaturanga. Inhale for a back bend of your choice, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Whole body lifted, strong legs, open chest. We'll meet in downward facing dog, sitting bones to the sky. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Soften the knees as much as you need, looking forward. Walk, step, or a very light hop to the top of your mat. Hands to your shin bones. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale to fold it forwards. Take your feet out wide. Turn your toes out, Malasana. Bend the knees and come down nice and slow. Support yourself as you need with props or with lifted heels. If available, hands to heart. Find that little squeeze and lift. Elbows, knees pressed together if our palms are at our heart. Either way, extending from tail to back of head. Grow tall, open up the chest. Breath in. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Hands come down towards the mat. Slowly lift your bum as you turn your toes forward. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, keep the knees bent. And exhale to refold. Heel and toe your feet to hip width distance apart. Bend the knees and slowly rise to stand. Unraveling. Inhale, hands up, palms together, upward hands, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, hands through heart center towards Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms beside you, palms facing forward, soft fingers. You can soften your eye gaze, standing tall, breath in. Nose or mouth, exhale. One more breath, in and out of your nose. Eyes open. Inhale, hands reach up towards the sky, gaze can follow. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, lift halfway. And exhale, refold. Step your right foot to the back of the mat and gently lower your right knee to the earth. Inhale to low lunge. Hands reach up towards the sky, Anjaneyasana, settling in. Turning the right palm to the sky, using your left hand to hold the wrist. Inhale to reach tall. And exhale to lean towards the left. So that right shoulder can roll forward a little bit if that feels more supportive, like you're leaning your belly over your thigh. You can look to the left long edge of your mat. Okay, stretching, opening up through the right side of the body. Steady breath in. Hold, empty all the way to the bottom of your exhale. No breath. Rise, hands up towards the sky. Inhale. And then twist to the left. Exhale. One breath in. The hands cartwheel to frame your left foot. Exhale. Open the chest. Take a breath in. Option to grab your blocks for your hands. Half splits is an exhale. Straighten the left leg and send your hips towards the back of the room. Okay, a soft knee or flex toes or both. And stretching your head and your heart forward as you lightly push your hips back. Breath in. Folding with the belly, exhale. Okay, welcome to explore, softening your head towards the shin, but mindful there of intensity. Okay, soft and gentle, kind with the body, taking your time to find the space. One more breath. On your next inhale, we'll rebend the left knee, start to shift forward. Keep the narrow stance, just bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Kick your right toes towards the left like a little kickstand. And inhale your right hand towards the sky, supported side angle pose. Okay, option to stay here or reach the right arm long overhead if you're looking for a little bit of extra stretch through the right side body. Push left knee, left upper arm together. Keep the back of the neck long, looking at your left big toe or gazing up, tucking the chin. Okay, the right hip can come forward a little bit and then revolving your chest towards the right hand side of the room. Breath in. Breath out. If you're reaching forward, take your right hand back up towards the sky. Find a breath in. You can look down toward your left big toe. As you exhale slowly, right toes come back toward the midline of the mat and the right hand can come back to the ground. Widen your left foot all the way toward the outer edge. Turn the toes out to about 45 degrees and then just start to have a roll around and a wiggle through your hips. Rocking side to side, drawing circles, rocking forward and back. Before landing in a low lizard, dropping your hips forward and lifting your head and your heart up towards the sky. Holding for a few breaths. If you want a little more, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, but really strong through that right leg. Okay, getting deep into the hips, working with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. If your right knee is lifted, place that down very gently and then press your hips back, straighten your left leg, take a little stretch, wide variation of half Hanuman. Left toes can turn out, hips back, heart forward, breath in and bow with the belly, exhale. Inhale to slowly roll forward, ground the palms, lift up through your right knee. Big push through the hands to dome the spine without a sound. Can you lift your left foot up and step it back to plank pose? Your feet are hip width distance apart. Knock your heels to the left. Inhale your right hand towards the ceiling, Vashisthasana side plank. That left knee can come down for extra support. Either way, firm up your top leg and begin to float your foot around hip height. Squeezing through your left side waist and lifting up through the outer right hip. Option to rainbow the right arm long overhead. Breath in. Plank pose, land lightly, exhale. You can choose to drop to child's pose, take a breath. Or with or without your knees on the mat, shoulder heads forward, inhale. Elbows bend lower halfway or to the belly, exhale. Upward facing dog or baby cobra with a breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale, sitting bones to the sky. Meet the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next breath in, reach your right leg high, three-legged down dog. Exhale to roll forward, tap your right knee to your right upper arm. Shoulders are over the wrists, okay, like the top of a push-up. And then send your heel back to the sky, inhale. Right knee crosses underneath to tap your left elbow, exhale, and hold, fallen triangle. Extend your right foot out towards the left, land on the outer blade of the foot. You're pivoting to the inside of your left foot at the back of the mat. Left hand then reaches up towards the sky. Variation option here, supported side plank with the right knee on the ground. Squeeze the right side waist, lift up through the outer left hip, take a breath in. Okay, it's a big movement, left hand down, knee to nose, tiger curl. Roll to the ball of your left foot and then step behind your right wrist. Take the left foot a little bit wider, lower the heel, and warrior one is an inhale, rise up, hands to sky. So tram track legs, right foot right lane, left foot left lane, left hip is wrapping forwards. Take your hands towards the lower back, interlace your hands and your fingers. Pull your fists away, breath in, lift the chest, and then lean forward halfway to a modified arrowhead. You can stay here. If you'd like to work with a little bit more fire, begin to bow the crown of your head to the inside of your right foot as you lift your fists up towards the ceiling. Wrap your right hip back towards the midline of the mat, and best you can, take your belly and your shoulder off of your right thigh. Let the head hang heavily and actively pull up through your fists and your arms. Strong belly and big push into the outer blade of your back foot. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Okay, ground into your feet. Start to pull the fists back and lift your heart up, and then slowly rise, warrior one. Inhale, the hands reach up towards the sky, let go of the bind, and exhale, the hands come down to frame your right foot. Hold in your legs, take a breath in, and then straighten the right leg and fold to pyramid pose, exhale. You can hop your left foot in a little bit closer. You could also grab blocks for your hands here. You can also swivel onto the ball of the back foot to make the shape feel a little bit more comfortable in the body. No force with that right leg, and keep a bend in the knee. If you feel spacious, flex the toes. Inhale, bum back, heart forward, and exhale to bow over the thigh. Looking to the top edge of your mat, take a breath in, bend the right knee, and then exhale, kick up the left heel to capital L. So left heel's in line with the left hip. Hands might come onto blocks for support here. Strong through the left leg. Okay, breath in. Standing splits, exhale. You want to bow your body weight forward, little push into your fingertips, and kick your left heel up towards the ceiling. Don't worry about how high your left foot is. Okay, you can point your toe or flex your foot, see what feels better. A little bit more weight towards the ball of the right foot. If you want to practice balance, perhaps one hand to your right ankle, followed by the other. You want to gaze towards something on the floor that's unmoving. Okay? Lock in the gaze, slow down the breath, and focus on kicking the heel to the sky. One more inhale. Last exhale. Hands come to the mat for support, and then gently land your left foot next to your right. Well done. Halfway lift here, inhale. And exhale to fold. Step your right foot behind your left ankle so your feet are crossed. And then walk your hands over to the left. You may want to take a block for your hands. Little push of your right hip over to the right. Okay, nice stretch for the outer line of the right leg and the outer hip there. Big breath in. Long exhale. Walk your hands back toward the top of the mat and then uncross your right foot from your left. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Sit down into chair pose. Sweep your hands forward and up. Hug the belly in, sit low, hands then to heart center. Weight to the left foot. Inhale your right knee up into your chest. And then cross the right ankle over your left as you sit down into an open eagle or a standing figure four. Yeah, so active through your right foot and your right ankle. Pick something to look at to help with your balance. Hands are at heart center. Little lift up of the chest. You can explore depth by bringing your forearms a little closer to your right shin and ankle. Some of you might play with bringing hands toward blocks or the earth. Soft breath. Soft gaze but strong body. We'll rise. Inhale, bring your right knee with you. And exhale, Tadasana mountain pose, feet together, arms beside you, palms facing forwards. Soften the eye gaze, breath in. Out the mouth. Inhale. Steady exhale. Eyes are open. Inhale, hands reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale to bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins. Exhale, fold. Ground the palms, step back to plank pose. You are welcome to lift straight to downward facing dog, or with or without your knees on the mat. Shoulder heads forward, breath in. Halfway lower, chaturanga, exhale. Either coming down to the belly and finding baby cobra, or lifting into upward facing dog. Inhale on your back bend. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale. Slow the breath. Meet the body. On your next inhale, float the left heel to the sky, nice and slow, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee, left upper arm, roll forward, tap as high as you can. Inhale back to the sky, three-legged down dog. Exhale to cross the body, find the right elbow underneath you. Hold, fallen triangle. Kick your left foot towards the right-hand side, land on the outer blade of the foot. Swivel to the inner blade of your right foot, your back foot, and then take the right hand towards the sky. Good, option there for your supported side plank, bringing your left knee down towards the mat. Find another breath in. It's a big transition. Right hand comes down, left knee to nose, pivot to the ball of your right foot, and then step behind your left wrist. Take the right foot a little bit wider and shorter. Lower the heel to the mat. Inhale, warrior one. So left foot, left lane, right foot, right lane. Right hips rolling forwards. Take your hands towards your low back and interlace your hands and your fingers. Pull the fists down and back, open the chest, breath in. Lean halfway forward as you exhale. Arrowhead, squeezing your shoulder blades together. You can stay here or humble your warrior. Bow the crown of the head to the inside of your left foot. As best you can, belly and shoulder off of the left thigh, left hip back toward the midline of the mat, and then using your fists to lift your shoulders. Okay, relax the face. Steady breaths, about 2 more rounds. Begin to firm up through your legs. Pull your fists back and lean your chest forward so your spine lengthens. And then inhale, rise, warrior one. Release the hands, take them to the sky. Exhale, palms come down to frame your left foot. Hold in your legs, breath in. Pyramid pose, exhale, straighten the left leg and fold. So you can hop your right foot in a little bit closer to shorten the stance. Pick up your blocks for your hands or swivel up onto the ball of the back foot. No force, lengthening the back of your left leg. Okay, the knee can be soft, the toes can lift. Breath in, breath out. Rebend your left knee and look toward your fingertips. Breath in, capital L. Exhale, weight to the left foot as you lift your right heel up to hip height. Okay, level off the hips. And as you prepare, find a breath in, standing splits. Exhale, bow your body weight forward, little push into your fingertips. Kick your right heel up towards the ceiling. Don't worry about the height. A flexed foot or a pointed foot, it's up to you. This shape is more about strength than anything else. Working with breath. Okay, option one hand to left ankle, followed by the other if you want to challenge your balance. Like you're hugging your belly to meet your left thigh. Okay, and actively kicking up through the right heel. Gaze towards one little speckle on your mat underneath your face. Have you got one more breath in you? Hands to the mat, slowly release. Exhale, feet together. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Step your left foot behind your right, so you're standing in crossed legs. And then walk your hands over to the right. Now you can bring a block with you here as well. Little push of your left hip over to the left. And just enjoy a stretch, some space through the outer left hip all the way down towards the ankle and foot. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring your hands back to the top of the mat and uncross your feet. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knee, sit down, chair pose. Sweep your hands forward or up. Hug the belly in, sit low, hands to heart center. Weight to your right foot, left knee comes into your chest. Inhale to stand tall. And then sit down into your open eagle. Standing figure four. Okay, so ankle over the right thigh. Push the bum back and lift your heart up. Active through your left foot and ankle. Okay, elbows can come down towards the calf and the foot if you want to explore depth, or you can bring your hands toward a block or even the earth. Keep the back of your neck long. Spread your collarbones. One point of focus. Final breath. Rise, bringing your left knee with you. Inhale. And Tadasana, exhale, feet together, hands beside the body. Palms open, fingers spread, closing down the eyes. Breath in. Out the mouth. Smooth inhale. Smooth exhale. Open the eyes. Inhale, hands reach towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold over soft knees. Inhale to lift halfway, hands on the shins. Exhale to step back, plank pose. Ground the palms, one foot and then the other. You can lower to child's or lift to downward facing dog. Or, with or without your knees on the mat, shoulder heads forward, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale halfway or the belly. Up dog or baby cobra, breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. And then settle into your breath. Breath in. Exhale. Inhale, the right leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Peel the hip open for scorpion tail. Bend the knee to sky, heel to bum. Equal weight between hands and shoulders. Big breath in. Right knee crosses over to the left elbow. Exhale. Fallen triangle, right foot to the left. Left hand up towards the sky. If you want to play with binds or flying compass pose, you can bring the right knee in towards your chest. Maybe this is where you stay, okay? Working strength, or left hand finds outer blade of right foot. Kick the foot forwards. If you can kick the foot forward with ease, perhaps kick the foot then up towards the front of the space, and you want to curl underneath your left arm, okay? Yeah, whole body working here. Take one more breath in. Release gently, big transition. Left hand to the mat, knee to nose, exhale. Step between the hands. Swivel your left heel to the mat on a 45-degree angle. Rise warrior two, take a breath in. Settle into your warrior, make any adjustments you need. Right knee over the ankle, arms out to a T, soft shoulders. Inhale to reverse triangle, straighten the right leg. Option to flex the toes as you reach your right arm overhead. And exhale back to warrior two. Take a long lean forward with a breath in. Side angle pose, exhale. Forearm to the right thigh, left arm up towards the ceiling or overhead with the palm facing down. Let your left hip come forward and then revolve, rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Okay, steady breaths. Slow it down a little bit. You can look down toward the right big toe or up to the ceiling with a tuck into the chin. Stay with it. Inhale. Exhale. We're nearly there. If you've got some space, you might like to explore sliding the right hand towards the inside of the right foot or even all the way down towards the ground. Breath in. Breath out. Look to the right big toe. It's a big push. Inhale to reverse triangle. Straighten the right leg, flex the toes, and reach the right arm overhead. Exhale, land back into warrior two. Straighten the right leg and heel and toe your left foot in about 1 or 2 steps closer so your stance is shorter. Lean forward over your front leg, breath in. Trikonasana, triangle pose, exhale. Right hand comes to the inside of your right ankle or your calf or grab a block on the highest setting. Left hand up to the sky or long overhead, palm faces down. Left hip comes forward, right ribs wrap under, much like your side angle pose, extending from left hip towards left fingertips. Okay, hold and breathe. Gaze either down at right big toe or up towards the ceiling. Smooth breath. If you feel spacious, option to find a half bind here. Left hand back to the sky, turn the palm to face behind you, and then wrap the arm in behind the body, looking for the right waist or the right inner thigh. Good, breath in. Stay, exhale. One more breath. Looking down toward your right big toe, bend your right knee and rise up calmly into a warrior two. Straighten the right leg, you can keep that narrower stance. And scoop the right ball of foot in and heel out. So slightly pigeon-toed in your feet. Hands to hips, squeeze the elbows back behind you. Inhale, lift up the heart. Exhale, fold halfway forward. So head forward, heart forward, bum back. Little breath in. And then fold, hands come down, exhale. Just take a moment to settle in. Prasarita Padottanasana, your wide-legged forward fold. You can keep your hands just underneath the face. Or you can walk them through your legs, turn your fingers to face towards the wall behind you, and then like you're gripping your fingertips into the mat, you might bend the elbows back behind you and bring your crown of head a little bit closer to the earth. Okay, soft knees so that you can really focus on strong legs, pressing your bum actively towards the sky. 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and lift up into a halfway lift. Okay, bring the right hand directly underneath your face. Take a smooth breath in. As you exhale, take the left hand up the inside of the right leg, right arm. Twist your chest towards the left and then float the left hand all the way up towards the sky in a twisted wide-legged forward fold. Try and realign your hips. Okay, gently pressing the bum back, keep the knees buoyant. The head really pulls forward as the bum moves back. Breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down. So left hand directly underneath your face. Find a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, guide the right hand up the inside of the left arm, beginning to twist your chest towards the right, and then float the right hand up towards the ceiling. Bum moves back, head moves forward, realigning the pelvis. Breath in, rotate with your exhale. Inhale, and release, right hand comes down, exhale. Let yourself fold forward, and then inhale, halfway lift. Turn the toes of your left foot slightly out. Take a breath in to prepare. Bend into the left knee and sink your hips towards the back of the mat. Okay, we'll come straight back up. Take a breath in, turn the right toes slightly out. And exhale, bend the right knee, sink the hips toward the front of the mat. Let's go a couple of times. So inhale, lift up through center. Exhale, bend the left knee, sink the hips. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, bend the right knee, sink the hips. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, last time to bend the left knee, sink the hips, and hold. So we can find high skaters or supported skandasana with our hands on the mat here, or arms open wide if you want to work a little bit more fire in the legs. Okay, if there's space there, skandasana, sink the hips all the way toward the left heel, turn the right toes up to the sky, knowing that your left heel might want to lift up off the mat. Hands can be on the ground for support. If available, hands together in front of the heart. That right leg is working even though it's lengthening. Okay, you can keep a little bend in the knee, try and rise up and out of the shape. Strong legs light through the heart. Breath in. Exhale. If you feel like you've got the room, left arm out to the left, push knee and upper arm together, and then float your right hand towards the sky, open up through your chest. Okay, you can also do this if you're in a higher variation. Stay with breath. One more round. From where you are, hands come back down to the mat, look forwards. Lift the hips up and then walk your hands around to frame your right foot at the front of the mat. Might feel a little bit sticky. Lower your left knee down gently. Inhale your hands towards the sky, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Pause. Okay, center. Take a breath. Firm up your left glute. Take a breath in. Twist to the right. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Look towards your right thigh. Inhale to prepare. Lean your belly over the thigh. Hook the left elbow with a breath out. Revolved lunge. Palms together in front of your heart center. Want to roll your top shoulder back, finding space energetically between your belly and your thigh. Right knee gently pushes into your left arm and vice versa. If you want more fire, you can tuck your left toes and lift your left knee. Okay, really firm in the leg if you're taking that option. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. If your left knee is lifted, place it down very gently. Squeeze your legs. Inhale, float your hands up towards the sky. And then exhale, hands come down to frame your right foot. Take your right foot out nice and wide. Coming back into a low lizard, hands are on the inside of the right foot. Okay, if you've got space, you can walk your left knee a little bit further back. You might take those rocks again, just a little bit of intuitive movement. And then sink the pelvis forward and down. You can stay high on your palms this time or come down onto your forearms if you feel like there's space there. Seeing if you can keep the right foot grounded to the mat. However, if it feels like your right hip is asking you for a bit more space, roll to the outer blade of the foot, let your right knee wing out to the right. You might use blocks here for support as well. Gonna stay for 3 breaths. Last one together. Breath in and out. Hands come back down underneath your shoulders. Start to lengthen the arms. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee, and step into plank pose. And take our knees wide and down towards the ground, child's pose. Sink your hips to your heels, rest your forehead to the mat. 3 steady breaths. And when you're ready, rise back up. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send your hips up towards the sky. Breath in. Exhale. Left heel lifts. Inhale to three-legged down dog. Peel your hip open for scorpion tail. Bend the knee, hug the heel to the glute, and lift your knee up towards the sky. Take a breath in. Left knee to the right elbow. Exhale as you cross it underneath you. Fallen triangle. Left foot out to the right. Right hand up to the sky. We're on the inner blade of our back foot. If you want to work towards any binds or flying compass, start by bringing your left knee in towards you like a little hovering tree pose. You might stay here, work strength. Or right hand to outer blade of left foot. Kick the left foot forwards, and then if there's space, kick it up towards the top of the mat. You want to scoop your body underneath your right arm. So lots of space here through the right side of the body. Careful always. One more breath. Okay, big transition from wherever you are. Right hand comes back to the mat. Knee to nose, tiger curl, and step in between your hands. Swivel your right heel to the mat now. Inhale to your warrior two. Right arm up and back, arms out to a T, gazing forward over our front middle finger. Inhale to reverse triangle. Straighten the right leg. Option to flex the toes. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Exhale, warrior two, rebend your left knee. Long lean forward with a breath in. Side angle pose. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh. Right arm reaches long overhead. Right hip forward. Awareness in the belly. And long through the back of your neck. Steady out your breath. We're here for a little while. Relaxing your face. If you feel like you've got the space, you can explore bringing your left hand to the inside of your left foot, whether that's to the ground or to a block. Hold and breathe. 2 more rounds. Looking down towards your left big toe. Okay, it's a big push. Inhale to reverse triangle pose. Left leg goes long. Flex the toes. Stretch the left arm long overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten your left leg and start to heel and toe your right foot in a little bit closer. And then lean forward over your left thigh. Breath in. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Exhale. Letting your right hip come forward. Okay, to give you space. And then rotate or thread your left ribs underneath you. Your left hand might find a block or move it a little bit higher up on the calf if you need more space. Good. If you feel comfortable, you feel spacious, and you did want to explore a little bit more openness, the half binder is there for you. Turning your right palm to face behind you and then wrapping the arm in behind the body, either looking for your left waist or the inside of your left thigh. Okay, breathe. 2 more rounds. Looking down towards your left big toe, bend your left knee and rise up calmly. Warrior two. Keep the shorter stance, straighten your left leg and turn your left toes in, slightly pigeon-toed in your feet. This time hands behind the low back, interlace your hands and your fingers. Pull your fists down, your shoulders down, lift your heart up, your head up. Breath in, bum back, heart forward, come just halfway, exhale. Little breath in, come the rest of the way, exhale, fist to the sky and crown of the head towards the ground. Prasarita Padottanasana C. If this bind in the arms and hands doesn't suit you for any reason, you can simply let it go. Bring your hands down towards the ground. It's smooth breaths. Shoulders are lifting up and away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release your binds. So soft elbows. Let your fingers go. Bring your hands in underneath your shoulders. Find a halfway lift. And then exhale, soften and fold forwards. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Bring your right hand directly under your face. Okay, breath in to prepare, finding a long spine. Exhale to drag and slide the left hand up the inner right arm and then towards the sky to twist. If you feel like you've got space and you'd like to explore, you can start to bring your right hand a little further over to the left hand side and then let your left hand reach back behind you. You can stay here. Your hips are likely going to tilt. See if you can level out your pelvis. So lifting your right hip up and pushing your bum back behind you. Not forcing yourself into any depth of twist here that doesn't feel okay in the body. If you want to keep moving, right hand looks for the outer blade of the left foot and then sweep your left hand forward to find the mat or to find the floor, I should say, just overhead. Again, level out your pelvis. And you might stay here and breathe or keep walking your left hand towards your right foot. Okay, breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly bring your left hand underneath your face here and then let your right hand go. Bring the right hand underneath your face. Take a little halfway lift, breath in. And forward fold, exhale. You might sway a little bit here, just let go of any excess tension. And then we'll prepare for the other side. Left hand is directly underneath your face. Find a halfway spine, bum back, head forward, breath in. Right hand slides up the inner left arm. Exhale to twist, right hand up toward the sky. Okay, so you can creep your left hand further towards the right. Right hand can lean back behind you, but then level out your hips. Okay, left hip lifts up, push the bum back. Okay, mindful, working with steady breath, just the right amount of sensation. If you want to keep going, left hand can move towards your right foot. Okay, if you've got the foot and the ankle, right arm overhead, fingertips can find the mat just overhead. Level out the hips. Breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your right hand underneath your face and then slowly release your left hand. Little halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, soften and fold. A quick little sway. Soften your knees a little bit here as well. Hands underneath your shoulders, halfway lift. Turn the right toes out, breath in. Bend the right knee, sink your hips toward the right heel. Exhale. Come back up through center, breath in, left toes turn out. Exhale to bend the left knee, sink the hips. Couple more times. Inhale through center. Exhale, right knee bends. Inhale through center. Exhale, left knee bends. Inhale through center. Exhale, the right knee bends. This time hold. Okay, we can stay in this high skandasana or high skater variation. If you're looking for that extra fire, you'll take your arms out wide, shoulder blades together. So this is a lot of heat in the legs. If you feel like you've got the space, you can sit your hips down toward your right heel, knowing that your right heel might want to lift. Left toes can peel up towards the sky. Still active, with strong legs, and light through the heart, light through the head, lifting up. Maybe your hands are at your heart center. Find a breath. If you'd like to come along, whether you're high or you're low, you can open your wings. Right arm reaches out to the right, upper arm, knee pressed together, and your left hand can float towards the ceiling. Good, reach the heart up, breath in. Hold, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come down towards the ground. Take your time, slowly lift up through center, lift the hips, look forward, and then walk your hands around, frame your left foot at the top of the mat, mindful of any stickiness there. Drop the right knee down gently. Inhale, your hands reach to the sky, low lunge. Take a moment to settle in. Breath in. Twist to the left, exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Look toward your left thigh, inhale to prepare. Lean the belly toward the thigh, hook your right elbow, revolved lunge. Palms come to meet, roll your top shoulder back. Belly and thigh energetically peeling away from each other. For more, right toes tuck, right knee lifts. Super strong in that leg. Good, work the breath, 2 rounds. If your right knee is lifted, you can start to lower it down. Squeezing into your legs, firming up your left foot. Inhale, release the twist, hands reach up. Exhale, hands come down to frame your left foot. Bring the left hand to the inside of your foot. Take your left foot out nice and wide for low lizard. You can find a little bit of movement first if it calls, before lowering forward and down for our hold. You can stay high or you can come down toward your forearms once again. Seek to emulate what you did on the other side, but knowing and accepting that it might feel and look a little bit different. You can keep your left foot grounded, although if your left hip is asking you for more space, we're going to roll to the outer blade of the foot, let your left knee wing out to the left. Recommend softening the eyes to close if that's available to you, and focusing on your breath for the next little while. 3 rounds. Last breath. Bringing your hands back to the mat underneath your shoulders, slowly lifting up through your upper body. Pick up the right knee and step quietly back to your plank pose. Take your knees to the ground, child's pose. Let your hips sink back towards your heels and rest your forehead to the mat. Breath in, breath out. Okay, 2 more rounds. On your next breath in, roll and rise up through all 4s. Have a little bit of free movement. I could recommend walking your knees further back, joining your knees together, and drawing circles through your hips once again. Change direction. And then walk your hands in towards your knees, and you can sit off to one side and bring your legs out in front of you. Take your legs long. Walk your sitting bones back as you lean your chest forward so that you get up onto the top of the sitting bones, little tilt in the pelvis to help you find a more comfortable upright spine. Dandasana, breath in. Hold, exhale. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. And then let the right knee fall out to the right with the sole of your right foot in the inside of your left thigh. Turn your chest towards your left big toe. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in. And then lean forward with your hard exhale. From there, you can walk your hands forward. You might reach beyond your toes. You might hold onto your legs somewhere or rest your hands onto the ground. Okay, slowly we can allow ourselves to surrender forward, letting the head go and relaxing the belly. Janusha-sasana. Head to big toe pose. If you feel like you've got a lot of space, you can elongate your leg by adding a block behind the sole of the foot. Mindful of any yanking forwards. Last breath. And then slowly roll your spine back into an upright seat. Take your left heel out wider. So now you've got a bigger distance between your inner thighs. And we'll turn our chest towards our right knee. Bring the inside of your left hand to the inside of your left knee and your right hand behind your head. Press your head back into your right hand. Take a breath in. Slide your left hand down the inside of the leg as you exhale. Revolved Janusha-sasana or revolved head to big toe pose. You can stay here with your right elbow pressing up to the sky if it's providing you helpful feedback. We want to keep our chest open. If you would like to explore other variations, right arm can reach long beyond the toes or down towards the foot if there's the space there. Remember, the goal is not to get your right hand to your left foot. If you are there, you can look for the outer blade of the foot and you want to swivel underneath your right arm, keeping your chest revolving towards the ceiling. If this is funny for your shoulder, just wrap the right hand behind you in a half bind, kind of let it go. Either looking up, tucking the chin, or looking down towards your left big toe. If available, you can pistol grip your left big toe with your left peace fingers. Last 2 breaths. Right hand up towards the sky first, and then we can use the right arm, okay, to lift us up. Reach the right arm up, 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 and towards the right long edge of the mat. Okay, land the palm to the ground, stargazer, lift the hips, left arm goes long overhead, find a breath in. And then bring the bum back down as you exhale. Keep the right leg as it is, and bring the left knee up into the chest and land the foot out in front of your body. Okay, you're going to get your left hand to scoop underneath your left knee and your right hand to come and scoop underneath your right foot. Pick up your left shin and your leg and start to draw a couple of circles. So you're supporting your leg. You're drawing circles like you're stirring a big pot of soup with your left heel. And then option here to come into a little rock the baby. So the sole of your left foot will come up into the elbow of your right arm. The right forearm can then wrap along the shin to support it, and the left arm can wrap around as well to the outside of the thigh and then in front of the shin. And you can hug it in nice and close, sit up tall, okay, and just working this shape. This might be the bus stop that some of us get off at. Okay, if this is really nice and you're enjoying it, of course, you can stay here. If you're ready to keep on journeying towards a compass pose, I'm going to get you to bring your right hand underneath your left ankle and then your left arm back to the inside and also underneath the ankle. And we want to put the left leg on our left shoulder like a backpack. So if you lean your body weight onto your right hip so you can lift your left sit bone, and then take the left leg and pop it all the way up and over your left shoulder. Okay, if the knee is all the way down at our elbow, okay, perhaps we just work our rock the baby. If we're able to get our knee all the way up towards our shoulder or close to, we can keep on playing. Okay, you can hold here, just breathe. Okay, get used to each step, moving nice and slow. If you're still with me, keep your left hand holding onto the underside of the ankle. Take your right hand over the top of the foot and grab the outer blade of the foot. Okay, left hand then reaches out wide and your fingertips can come down to the ground. Strong fingers. Right foot is still flexed. Right leg is gently pushing into the ground. Maybe this is where you stay, or start to straighten your left leg a little bit. Okay, just kicking the foot up and out. See how that feels? You can explore a little more each time. And if you're still with me, compass pose. Kick the heel up, up, up and out. Spin underneath your right upper arm and lift your head up high towards the sky. So I'm right on top of my right outer hip and leg, and my left sit bone is lifted off the ground. My whole body is on here. Okay, smooth breaths. One more. Slowly rebend your left knee and release. Let's all meet with the soles of our feet together, knees out wide. You can hold onto your ankles here and just go for a little roll around through your spine, okay, moving your ribs in all directions. Big shape. And we're prepared to come into the other side. Meaning again in Dandasana, so legs out long in front of you. And walk your sitting bones back as you lean your belly forwards. We'll bring our left knee in towards us. Let the left knee butterfly out to the left. Bring the sole of the foot to the inside of your right thigh. Hands either side of your right knee, sit up tall. Take a breath in and lean the belly forward as you exhale. Janushasana. Okay, you can stay here. You can reach your arms forward, a little more active. Okay, you can bring your hands onto your foot or your leg somewhere, beginning to surrender your forehead down towards your shin. We can add a block if we feel like we've got a lot of space to make our leg longer. Just mindful of yanking yourself forward. You can lightly adjust, okay, but use your breath more than anything else. 2 more rounds. And then slowly begin to rise. Take your right heel out wider so that you've got a bigger distance between your inner thighs, and turn your chest toward your left knee. Back of right hand to the inside of the right knee, left hand behind the head. Inhale, lift the heart, push the head into the left hand, and exhale to slide your right hand down the inside of your right leg. Okay, start to get comfortable and establish the shape. Pavrita Janushasana, a revolved head to big toe. You can stay here, so we've got the left elbow pressing back, keeping our heart open. We can reach long. We can reach towards the outer blade of the right foot. Okay, if none of these options feel comfortable for our shoulder, just drape the arm behind you like a little half bind, but keep it soft. If it's available, you can pistol grip the right big toe with your right peace fingers. Keep revolving your chest all the way up towards the ceiling. Another 2 breaths. Take your left hand up towards the ceiling. We'll use this to assist us. Start to lift the left fingers up, up, up. Okay, let your body follow. Land the left palm behind you and inhale to stargaze. Our hips lift, right arm reaches long overhead, palm faces down. Hold for a breath in and bring the bum back down. Exhale. Okay, bend the right knee, bring the sole of the foot to the mat, knees up to the sky in front of you. Adjust your seat if you need, keeping your left leg as it is. Okay, beginning to prepare to move toward compass pose, just step by step. Left hand can scoop to grab the sole of the right foot, and right hand can just scoop underneath the knee. Pick up your right foot, just take some circles, stirring the pot with your right heel. See what it feels like on this side. Definitely not uncommon to be able to find a shape on one side and not on the other. Remember, you can get off the bus at any time. If you're still with me, you can find our little rock the baby, sole of the right foot into the elbow crease of your left arm, left forearm wraps in front of the shin, and then the right arm can come around to the outer thigh and into the front of the leg as well. Hug the shin in nice and close, then you can rock side to side, exploring space here as well. This might feel really nice, okay, really nourishing, and you can stay here. And if you'd like to keep exploring toward your compass pose, you can come with me. So right hand can come to the inside of the shin. We want to grab underneath the right calf and ankle, same with your left. We're trying to put on our right leg like a backpack. Okay, so lean your weight onto your left hip now, and then lift that right leg up and search for the shoulder. Just a reminder, if our right leg is all the way down towards the elbow, we probably want to come back into our rock the baby and just work the space there. If we've cleared the elbow, we've got a nice grip of that right leg over the shoulder, we can continue to move forward. Left hand to the outer blade of the right foot. And if you're comfortable, right hand releases to find the mat out to the right hand side on the fingertips and sitting right onto the left outer hip, right sitting bone is lifted. Start small, just kicking foot away and drawing in and away and in. You can get a little bit more or a little bit higher each time, just kind of see if you've got space there. And if you do, compass pose. Right heel lifts up, up, up and out. You're scooping underneath your left upper arm, okay? And holding, breathing. Keep it soft, keep it light. You can come out at any time. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breath in. Breath out. Slowly rebend the knee. Slow, slow, slow. And release. Take the right arm out if you're there. Soles of feet together. You can grab hold of your ankles or your feet and some soupy circles with your chest. So rolling forward, back, side and side, and change direction. Okay, let's make our way down onto our back. Take your legs in front of you, feet to the mat, knees to the sky, reach the arms forward, breath in, and then roll down nice and slow as you exhale. Hug the knees in towards your chest and just rock from side to side. Breath in, let your knees fall over to the left-hand side, take your arms out into a T shape, and you can roll your head towards the right, gentle supine twist. That's 3 to 4 breaths. Come back through center with your knees and your head. Breath in, and then drop your knees to the right. Exhale, your head can roll towards the left-hand side. Couple of breaths. Coming back through center. Any final movements your body is craving before taking your legs out long, feet nice and wide. If you are feeling some sensitivity through the lower back, grab a bolster and pop it underneath your knees. You can allow it to support your low back. Hands can rest as close or as far away from the body as you like. Closing down the eyes. Starting to release any conscious forms of breath. Body like honey, gently taking up space, melting, spreading. Easeful, soft breath, an effortless body. I will give you an indication when it is time to reawaken. For the next little while, completely surrendering into quiet stillness, savasana. Beginning to notice your surroundings once again. Just tuning into anything that you can hear, the sensations on your skin and within the body. Very slowly reconnecting and externalizing. If you would like a while longer resting on your back, of course you are welcome to take as long as you like. Otherwise you can introduce small movements, a little wiggle, a swallow, moistening the lips, rocking the head gently from side to side. Have a stretch, point the toes, take the arms long overhead, and then roll to your preferred side. Remaining on your side in the fetal position for a couple of breaths, no rush. And when you do feel ready, you can press your way up to find a comfortable seated position. Once you have arrived, bringing your palms to meet at Anjali Mudra in front of the heart, you can reclose your eyes, lengthen your spine. A moment in acknowledgement, giving thanks to your body for allowing you to move in such a vibrant way. Bowing your head towards your heart. And then bowing forward with gratitude. Namaste.